Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Thor Annual Issue 1, and before we start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 87, and that's the show where I review all the comics I've read this week in one show, and here are those exclusive comics. We got Graveyard Shift Issue 3, Future's End Issue 43, Curb Stomp Issue 1, Effigy Issue 2, All New X-Men Issue 38, Earth 2 World's End Issue 21, Spider-Man 2099 Issue 9, The Little Mermaid Issue 1, Batman Eternal Issue 47, Flash Issue 39, S.H.I.E.L.D. Issue 3, and Fantastic Four Issue 643. So if you want to go check out all those reviews, go to Comic Uno episode 87, which is annotated. But let's talk about Thor Annual Issue 1. You know, I've been really enjoying Thor, as you guys know. I'm not a Thor fan by any means. I actually, before this female Thor, really just did not like the character that much. I thought it was too much of Norse mythology, and I was like, it's just not my thing. But I tried out the female Thor, and I think this balances out that not that worry, but the negative I had for just, it's always about Norse gods, and the language was a little off. Now that we get to see this balance, because it's a human god, so I like that aspect. So I did get the annual. I know 2 of the stories are Thor related. Only one of them is the female Thor related. Cool cover though. We got like a painting style going on here, and all the main characters on the cover. But let's see what's going on with the story. So with this issue, we get to see 3 stories. The first story is from Jason Aaron, and that has to do with Old Thor, which I know has to do with Thor, God of Thunder, which again, I think I read like 1 or 2 issues and I just didn't feel it. But I enjoyed the first story. It's about Old Thor kind of being depressed that Earth is not really around, I would say. It's his own garden and there's not a lot of life there. So he plays God with the help of his 3 grandchildren and creates humans and animals. So he's God in this way. And I love that the humans, the Adam and Eve of the story, are Steve Rogers and Jane Foster. So I thought that was a nice little twist. I enjoyed the first story a lot, actually. And that's surprising because, again, I'm not a big Thor fan. But I gotta say the one that I liked the most was actually the first story. It was really entertaining, had a good twist. And I think with these annuals, if you want to do the 3 short stories, it should have a nice little twist, a nice little ending, and just feel like a full story. And I think the first one did that the most. Moving on to the second story is with our main Lady Thor here, regular Thor, but just to try to tell you the difference of the 2 Thors. But it's, you know, our main Thor right now, our female Thor, drinking and proving herself that she is Thor. She's not just Lady Thor or another version of Thor. She earns having the hammer. And that's pretty much the whole story. It was nice. This actually was my second favorite story of the issue. Did I have to read it? No. I think that's the best way to put it, though. It is a very cutesy story. And, I mean, I feel like we've seen it already in the series, that she's been proving herself for the past, 6 issues that been out. So I don't think this story was as necessary as the first story, but it was still a cutesy story, and it was fun. Moving on to the last one. This was the CM Punk portion of the issue, and I know a lot of people were excited for that. Wrestling fans were excited. I'm personally not a wrestling fan, so I don't really know much about CM Punk, but this is actually my least favorite story. It's just like Thor getting drunk and showing that he could get drunk more than anyone. Well, not get drunk. I guess someone that could get least drunk but could drink the most. And he defeats somebody by pretty much a drinking game. And, yeah, I wasn't as entertained with this one. I was a bit bored. I think this was the version of Thor I just don't really care about. It was very Asgardian language, and I couldn't really connect to that one as much. But the artwork was pretty good. It fit well for the story I was being told. So overall, first story was the best, second story was cutesy, third one, it was okay for me. So do you need to pick up Thor Annual? I say if you read Thor God of Thunder, you might really want to read this, give it a try because of that first story. But you know, this is definitely not a necessary book, and that's why I am going to give it 3 stars. Usually when I give a book 3 stars, it's between pick it up and don't pick it up. I say it's up to you. If you want some interesting short stories, go for it, but it is a hefty price price tag for a pretty big week. There's a lot of books that came out this week. So if you're not a hardcore Thor fan, you could totally skip this. If you are, I say pick it up. All 3 stories were pretty good. There wasn't a bad story in here. There wasn't like, oh my god, I couldn't get through it, this is so boring. All 3 stories had its own good elements. So Thor Annual issue 1 for me gets 3 stars. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also in the description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.